Thank you. You're all too kind. Everybody, welcome in. This is the Ugly Troof podcast pilot episode 1. Hello. I'm Evan. This is Joe.
Howdy, everybody.
This is the Ugly Troof. I can't believe you're here. I can't believe we're doing this.
Finally, we've been waiting for this.
For those watching, we have Mr. Ass behind us, and he's always displaying our lovely Instagram, Twitter name at the Ugly Troof. So you can go follow us on there. We will be posting content regularly and interacting with you guys. But this is it. You're here. This is the show. You ready to make this happen?
This is the one, man. I'm totally pumped.
So, all right, we got a good episode at hand to start. And we're going to talk about how to buy embarrassing things. Although I have to say, this show is designed to give you unsolicited advice. So how to buy embarrassing things, you got to know how to do it. It falls right in. We'll talk about a whole bunch of different stuff, whether it's relationships or life skills or whatever it may be. But
we like to say, take us or leave us.
yes.
I mean, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, well, so be it, man. It works for some. It doesn't work forever. But you know what? Here's the thing, guys. If we can make one person smile, we can make, if the advice helps one person, we've done our job.
Exactly right.
And that's why we're here.
Exactly right.
We hope you enjoy it.
World's a little chaotic, so let's get a little bit of the ugly truth on how we relieve that chaos, huh?
Man.
Huh? I think so.
Let's get her done.
So how to buy embarrassing things? Well, I guess we have to find out first what would be classified as embarrassing. Yeah. We are in an age now where we have self-checkout, we have Amazon, we have easy options to where maybe in your day, wise elder, it's, you don't have to deal with a person.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
But, I think we're all going to find situations where we got to make an emergency stop and we got to buy something that maybe is a little, the cashier is going to give us a little bit of a side eye.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's certain items we talked about several of them. Some of those being, condoms, sometimes can be embarrassing to buy, especially if you're a young kid. Tampons, especially if you're the husband of a wife. Monostat, Prep H. I mean, all of these things can be things that even going in and buying a Playboy can be embarrassing.
They still sell Playboys?
Believe it or not, it's an empire. What are you going to do? And so it was weird because when I was a kid, right, you would go, if I wanted to buy some condoms, it's so long ago, I can't even remember it, but we'd go into the local drugstore. And, the problem in a small town is that everyone knows you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like you throw the condoms up on the counter and they're like,
hey, Jill, don't tell my mom, please.
That's exactly right. Hey, Joe, how's your mom? Seriously? I'm buying condoms, dude. I don't want to talk about my mom. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? So in a small town, it can be really daunting. So my advice to you, if you're in a situation like that, is go to the neighboring town. It can't be too far. And trust me, it is worth the drive. Okay. Have you ever had a situation where you had to, an awkward situation where you were out buying condoms and you were a little bit embarrassed?
I have, actually. Well, so nowadays it would be easy because this happened at a Walmart. This Walmart now has self-checkout. Didn't have self-checkout back then. I'm not that old. This was maybe, I don't know, it must have been 8 or 9, 10 years ago, whenever I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, folks, he's not ancient like me.
I'm not ancient. I'm quite young, actually. So my advice, who knows where it comes from. But anyway, no, I was buying, it was senior prom, and senior prom, you got to prep.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta make, all right, let's get my bases covered here. And so, I went in to buy condoms at Walmart, where else? And I also realized, right around, senior prom takes place in about May, right? I mean, I guess depending on where you are. where I was from, you didn't get out of school till June, so senior prom was in May. But May also happens to be Mother's Day. So while I was at Walmart, and I believe it was that weekend, knowing me, I'm a very last minute child.
Here we go with mom again.
I know mom issues clearly in this podcast. But so I was buying them, but I also picked up flowers and I picked up a Mother's Day card because it was Mother's Day coming up. So I go up to the cashier, and those are my 3 items. And I looked down before I set them down. I realized what I was doing. I saw it and I was like, "Oh no, this is quite the combination." They didn't say anything. I don't know what sort of assumptions they were making. I don't know.
What would you say to that? Like, I mean, that's just an awkward.
Have a nice weekend.
I mean, that's basically it. I mean, there is nothing else you can say. It's like, well, I bought my mom a card, some flowers, and some condoms.
And the condoms didn't even get used, so it didn't even make the awkwardness worth it.
That kills the story, man. I mean, we were hoping for some juicy details, but no, we get nothing.
It amplifies just the awkwardness and the irony of the whole situation. And it's, but that's what's gonna happen. You gotta buy them anyways. You do. You gotta make it work. So look the cashier in the eye, and if they say anything, you say, "Yeah, I'm buying these."
Yeah, you got to do it.
You just got a little wink, give them a little smile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them to good use.
It's weird. I also had a situation one time where my wife, it was that time of the month, and she said, would you mind, running the store? I'm not feeling very good, and buying me some tampons. And, my answer to her was not the proper one. I said, well, dear, I'd rather not, which is not what you say, because the response I got back was, well, I'd rather not ever have sex with you again. And after a long pause, I said, so what brand is that, honey, that you?
You had to make the trip.
And she said, it's the green box. Now, for you guys out there, I don't know if you've ever gone to a supermarket to buy tampons, but I will tell you that you need to take a picture of the box, because just knowing that it has green on it does you no favors. If you walk into the market and you go down the aisle that has all the tampons, you're going to find a wall the size of Mount Everest. And it is so daunting. And there are so many different styles and colors. And there's more than just one green box. So, you have to call and say, honey, I'm here. I don't really know what color green is it? Is it like is it an army green? Is it, because there's several, is it wings? What you have? And it was just this conversation. And it's an embarrassing conversation to have, because you're standing in the middle of an aisle in the grocery store that's filled with women.
What if you could ask the other women and be like, hey, my wife needs the green. Give me a little help here.
Yeah, except they would look at me and say, well, which green? Right? Because there's more than 6. And so finally we get it resolved. I call her. She tells me, to pick the right one. And I finally found it. And she said, oh, while you're there, could you pick up 2 pints of Ben and Jerry's? And I'm like, absolutely. Now that, there's no embarrassment in that. Everybody eats ice cream. So I went and I'm standing in line. And behind me, there's these 3 kids, and they were in high school. They were in there buying, I don't even remember what they were buying. I don't think they were buying condoms. And this was before self-checkout. And I heard them giggling. And I knew what they were giggling about. So I turned around and I'm like, do you guys find it funny that I'm buying tampons? And one of the kids turned around. He said, I got to be honest with you, man. It is funny. They're like, we never would buy tampons. And I'm like, you know what? When I was your age, I wouldn't buy tampons either. And no high school girl is going to ask you to go buy tampons for them. But there will come a time in your life when you're married And when that happens, if you ever want to have sex again, you'll get your butt to the store and you'll buy tampons. So
Get it done.
Years down the line, I'll be seeing you boys right back here and I'll be the one chuckling at you.
That's fair enough. I'm not at the stage of buying tampons because I live the single life. So I don't go down. I've never been down the tampon aisle. Maybe by mistake. I got lost once. And, I needed help finding my way, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, let's just say it's not an aisle that I really ever want to revisit.
Well, maybe I can go pick up women there.
Yeah, good luck. Hey, you know what? Hey, I wouldn't rule anything out.
Although if they're buying tampons, maybe that's not the time they want to be hit on.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I suppose. Is there any other embarrassing items that we think we could cover, or how we purchase these with confidence? Maybe.
I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is you just got to hold your head high and know that you're buying these for a reason. I mean, if we're talking about condoms, you're buying them so that you don't end up with a baby at 17 years old.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
You know what I mean? Tampons is self-explanatory. If I need to explain it to you, then you got bigger problems, and I don't know.
What's a tampon?
Yeah. Look, preparation H. Hey, man. I mean, you get to a point in your life where it hurts, man. And I'm sorry, but we sit on our butts a lot. So do the math. So yeah, it is necessary, So I think my thing is this, man, don't be embarrassed. Just go buy the stuff. Hold your head up high. You can order most of the stuff on Amazon, like Evan said, or their self-checkout. However, there is that pesky little grocery attendant that covers all the self-checkout. So you're not technically alone. They are watching what you're buying. So just keep that in mind when you go. But you know what? Don't be embarrassed. Hold your head up high.
If anything, make a joke out of it. Have fun while you're there.
Right.
If you're at the self-checkout, bring over the grocery attendant saying, can you help me with this? I don't know how to use this technology. Can you scan these for me? How do I use it? Make it fun. Make them giggle. Make yourself laugh.
Right. Or you might just yell out price check.
Yes.
In which case they're going to come over there and wonder what the hell you're talking about, but it'll be fun. So anyway, enjoy, go out, buy stuff, love life, live life, do it all. And that, my friends, is the ugly truth.
Cheers to that.
Here, here.
Follow us on social media and stick around. Subscribe. We got more coming. If you made it through this episode, fantastic. You're great. We love you for that. And that's all we got for you.
If you didn't, we're glad you just watched a few seconds of it.
I was going to say, if they didn't, they're not going to hear this. So anybody who's actually hearing these words has made it through, and therefore you're cool. So,
well, how do you know? They might have just watched the last minute.
Well, then you're weird.
Amen.
See you all later.
Till next time.